Good morning everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Tower of Fantasy as well as a couple things that I don't want you guys to miss out because these are a couple things that I always tend to forget about, and so I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. So the very first thing I want to talk about is suppressors. This is something that a lot of people forget about, myself included, and when you're progressing through the story, you will get this material over here called the Potent Omnium Crystals, and you will be able to use them in order to unlock your suppressor, which will actually give you a significant amount of stats. So it's very important to work through all of these suppressors, especially if you're struggling through the game, because each level gives quite a significant amount of HP, which will definitely make your life a lot easier when you're exploring the open world. The next reminder is the 2 sword icon at the top right corner. This is basically like your adventure journal. You have your weeklies over here, you have your recommended tasks, then you have your stamina based tasks as well as some challenges. So the weeklies are very straightforward. As you're playing through the game, you will complete all of your weeklies. As for the recommended tab, this is your dailies. I highly recommend that you actually work through all of your dailies over here. As you can see, I have not done all of my daily bounties. So sign in, Mia's Kitchen, daily bounties. These are pretty much your #1 priorities to do every single day. And then the runes, if you haven't unlocked all the runes yet, that is what you want to work on next. And when you're done with all of that, then world exploration is all that's left to do. Now, Tower of Fantasy is a gacha game, which means of course we do have a stamina system. So stamina does regen. It regens really slow. Actually, it's actually slower than Genshin, so you do want to use it. On the Chinese servers, this cap was actually 360 stamina. Unfortunately, on the global side, it's only 180 at the moment. I'm sure they'll raise it eventually, but you just want to make sure that you do burn your stamina on whatever activities that you want. As you can see here, I'm too low level to do any of these 3 over here, but you probably will be doing the dimensional trials as well as the beacons over here in order to get any upgrade materials that you need for your weapons and later down the line your armors. Then the challenge mode over here, you just have training in order to get some materials over here, and then there is the PvP stuff, and eventually we're going to unlock some other modes over here which you can do for fun as well. The next thing I want to talk about are your weapons. So you can equip a total of 3 different weapons at any given time, and then you can switch between them while you're in combat. So there are 2 stats that you need to pay attention to, and that is shatter as well as charge. So shatter means how easily it is to break a shield. You're going to meet a lot of boss enemies or a lot of elite mobs out there that have a shield. So you want to make sure that you do have a weapon with an S rank shatter, which means that they are super effective against shields so that you can break those shields in order to deal more damage. However, after you break the enemy shield with the shatter, you also want an S rank charge weapon. Unfortunately, I don't have an S rank charge weapon because I have not gachaed yet, but we will do that later in the video. But basically, you want an S rank shatter as well as an S rank charge. So what does charge do? It's basically your special ability. Each weapon has its own special move, and if you have an S rank charge, it simply charges that ability faster so that you're able to use those special abilities. However, our weapons don't end there. There is something called the weapon resonance effect. So you can see here, if I have 2 DPS type weapons, I can increase the final damage by 10%. If I've got defense type weapons, I take less damage. If I have 2 healing weapons, I heal 100% more HP, and if I have a balanced build, well, that'll increase my final damage and damage reduction by 5%, as well as shatter and healing effect by 20%. So it really depends on your personal playstyle. If you're more of an attack type, if you're a support type, or if you're a tank, really up to you. But with all of that out of the way, let us talk about the gacha system. So when you go over here to the special orders, you're going to notice that we have a regular gacha called the Weapon Galore, but if you click on the black nucleus over here, you have a separate page of gacha. However, if we go down here to choice matrices, there's another one, and then there's another one over here, and another one over here. So how on earth do we know what gacha banner to pull on? Well, don't worry, the easiest one is going to be the choice weapons banner up here, simply because you earn these gold nucleus every single day simply by doing your dailies. It's very simple. You're going to get a bunch of golden nucleus, and this banner never changes. This is basically your standard banner for my Genshin players out there. This is never going to change. It's always going to have the same weapons over here. As you can see, all of the different weapons as well as all the different characters, all the SSRs, these will never change. They're always there. However, something special about the gold nucleus banner over here is once you pull 80 times, you are guaranteed an SSR. However, what's not written here, and I don't know why it's not written here, is for your first 30 pulls, you are guaranteed an SSR as well. So you can see here that I have 40 pulls. So later on, when you see me do my third 10 pull, I am guaranteed an SSR. And what's even better is this 80 pull thing. Let's say that I get a bunch of SSRs in my journey to get to 80 pulls. It does not reset the pity. Basically, at 80 pulls, regardless of how many SSRs I got in that path to get to those 80 pulls, I am still guaranteed the SSR unit, so that is freaking amazing. But now to talk about the black nucleus over here, you will get hundreds, and I really mean you will get hundreds of these simply by playing the game, exploring open boxes and all of that stuff. However, the thing about this banner is the SSR weapon drop is 0.3% and there is no pity. So basically, this is your free pulls. Basically, you know, they're just giving you a ton of free pulls, and hopefully you get lucky and you do get an SSR. However, there is no guaranteed on this banner. Okay, so the black nucleus as well as the gold nucleus you can earn just by playing the game, so you'll be perfectly fine. Eventually you'll get everything that you need from this banner. However, now we have to talk about the red nucleus over here. The red nucleus are limited time banners. As you can see here, there is time remaining 20 days, 5 hours and 24 minutes to pull for Nemesis. So that is this beautiful character over here. So Nemesis is a limited time character. If you don't get her within the 20 days and she goes away, there will be no other way to obtain this character until there is a rerun and until she comes back. So for all my Genshin players out there, you guys know the drill. It's the limited time banner. However, for my friends who are new to gacha games, this is how they get you to spend money because of FOMO, and you really need to save a lot of your currency over here called the dark crystals in order to purchase these red nucleus in order to pull for these limited time units. And this is why you've probably seen a bunch of videos telling you not to waste your dark crystals, because the dark crystals is the only way to obtain red nucleus as a free-to-play player. Sure, there may be an event here and there which may give you a couple of red nucleus. However, for the majority of the time, these red nucleus are going to be extremely rare, which is why you want to save up your dark crystals in order to purchase these, in order to pull for the limited time banner. And just for your reference, it costs 150 dark crystals per pull. So if you do decide to do a 10 pull, you need 1,500 of these dark crystals. However, don't worry, this banner also has a pity. However, the pity is at 120. Now you guys may be like, Kero, it says 80 out of here. What do you mean 120? Well, at 80 pulls, you are guaranteed an SSR. You are not guaranteed the limited time banner SSR, it's a 50-50. So if we click the limited store on the bottom left corner, you can exchange your 120 flame golds into the Venus weapon, which just so happens to be Nemesis's weapon, so you will get the character as well as the weapon, but it requires you to pull 120 times. So with some simple math of 120 pulls multiplied by 150 dark crystals equals 18,000 dark crystals. So if you want to guarantee a limited time banner character, you will need to save up 18,000 black crystals. So this is why a lot of people are going to tell you to save your black crystals, don't spend them until there is a character that you really want from the limited time banner, and then you can buy your red nucleuses over here and do your 10 pulls and keep pulling until you get it. Now, of course, you might get very lucky, and maybe in like your first 20 pulls, you might get the unit that you want, and then you don't need to go all the way to pity. However, this is a gacha game, so it's always better to save up a bunch and guarantee that you get the character than gambling and then maybe you don't get the character that you want and you don't have any more currency because you didn't save in the previous events and stuff, and then you start spending money, and that's how the gacha games get you. So the TLDR, choice weapons over here, this is your friend. You're gonna play the game, you're gonna get a bunch of gold nucleus, you're gonna get a bunch of black nucleus, you're gonna pull on this banner over and over, and eventually you'll get all of your SSR weapons. As you can see right here, you'll get all of these SSR weapons, you'll get multiple copies of them, it'll make the weapon even stronger, even better, and you're gonna have a good time. As for the special orders or the limited time banners, this is where you save up all your dark crystals, and then eventually if there is a character that you really want, then you go crazy and you spend all of your dark crystals on trying to get the character. Because don't forget, this game is very similar to Genshin Impact, where there are constellations where you can get multiple copies of the same character or weapon, and then you can advance them. So if you see this is a spear, I advance it, now I am 1 out of 6 stars, and it increases my shatter by 15%. After shattering a target shield, increases teammates' attack by 15% for 30 seconds. This cannot be stacked. And all of the weapons are going to have more and more powerful effects the more copies you have and the more stars it is. However, it does cap at 6 stars, so keep that in mind. Alright, with all of that out of the way, it is time to gacha. So let us do our first 10 pull. So we're going to skip all this, and you can see, look, I got Echo over here, so great, I guess. So we're going to do another 10 pull. Hopefully it turns gold, because every 10 pull you are guaranteed a SSR or a SR. So here it's purple again, that's our SR. Oh nice, we got the Bow Girl, Bai Ling, very nice. Now this is my 30th pull, so this is a guaranteed SSR, as you're gonna see here. Again, I don't know why they didn't write the fine text, but you're gonna see that it will turn orange. So it goes purple, turns orange, and voila. So we're gonna go through each one at a time to just show you the animation of the oh no, this is the SR. The SSR looks a little bit different. You're gonna see that in a second when I eventually get there. Here we go. There's the SSR. Very nice. We actually got Coco, which is one of the game's best healers, I'd like to say. I consider her one of the best healers. Oh, and we got another SR. Wow, that's pretty good. So we managed to get one SSR. This was guaranteed, and then we got 2 SRs. So pretty cool, pretty nice, but we have one more 10 pull to go. Hopefully we can get one more SSR. That would be really, really nice. Come on, game, please be nice. Come on, purple, gold. Nah, they're just gonna skip, whatever. And we got the gun, the cannon girl. So now you can see that my progression is now 41 pulls out of 80. So even though I did get an SSR already, when I do 39 more pulls, I will be guaranteed another SSR, okay? But now to do the black nuclei, which have absolutely no protection, so we could get absolutely nothing from these 46 pulls. So we're just gonna skip because I don't think we're gonna get anything good. As you can see, there's just going to be a bunch of junk. Oh, we got the healer. Nice. We got Pepper. Okay, so that's another healer staff. So I'm guessing the game really wants me to be a healer by giving me an SSR healer and an SR healer. We're going to skip this again. I don't think it's going to be anything good. Yep, it's all junk. And it's blue. Okay, it's blue. Nope. All junk. Everything garbageo. So I'm not gonna make you sit here and suffer 6 single pulls, so I'm just gonna save that until I get another 10. Now something you may have noticed is this also has this little currency over here called black gold. As you can see, I pulled 41 times, I have 41 black gold. The nice thing about this is when you go to the weapon store over here, you can actually use your black gold to purchase the weapons that you already have. Remember when I was talking about getting multiple copies of the same weapon makes it stronger? Well, if you've unlocked a weapon, as you can see here, Absolute Zero, now with these tokens, I can now guarantee myself the same weapon in order to get constellations or make it even stronger. However, the black nucleus pulls over here do not give you black gold, okay? Only the gold nucleus pulls will give you black gold, so please keep that in mind. So since we obtained the Absolute Zero, we are going to use that weapon, and the first thing I want to do is, of course, I want to upgrade it. So upgrading is very simple. You're literally just going to be pressing Enhance, Augment, and then you're going to enhance it again, and then you're going to augment it again, and then you're going to enhance it again, and boom, you're done. It's level 40 now. However, as you can see here, advancement, if I do get another copy of this Absolute Zero, I will gain this new passive. After dodging, summon a healing bee that follows a user and heals the ally with the lowest percentage of HP within 15 meters, heals for 25% of my attack, and restores 50 weapon charge point each time and lasts for 25 seconds. So, you know, I kind of want multiple copies of this because of all these new passives, which are really, really cool. It also gives me like almost 2000 HP, so that's pretty cool. I do want that. But it doesn't end there. There is this Simulacra, or whatever you call it, and you can actually cosplay as the character. When you activate it, now when I go into the open world, boom, I'm now that character. However, there is more than just the cosmetic look of having the character's skin while running around. When you go to Awaken over here, it's like sort of like a dating sim, I guess. You can give gifts that your characters like in order to work towards your awakening progress. Now it says right here that this character likes toys, decorations, as well as rare items. So as you're traveling around the world, there are like gift shops and there's other ways to obtain a bunch of gifts. You're going to obtain them and they will have different tags underneath them. And if it has toys, decoration, or rare items, then maybe you can give give it to Coco because she likes that. And by earning awakening points, you actually unlock new skills and new passes when you use that specific skin. So for example, at 1200 points over here, trait, you get Coco Assistance. When Coco uses a support weapon, increased healing effects she inflicts on others and receives by 20%. So that is a huge buff. However, it does require you to use her skin when you're running around in the open world in order to gain this benefit or this trait. However, it gets significantly stronger when you get 4000 points over here. When Coco uses a support weapon, increases healing and healing received by 20%, and when Coco uses a support type weapon's discharge skill or weapon skill, increases nearby allies attack by 15% for 5 seconds. So if you do manage to get her all the way to 4000 points, everyone is gonna love you because you give them tons of damage, you're healing them up, and you know, basically everyone's very happy because they can deal tons of damage. So when you do eventually find a character that you really like, make sure that you start working towards their awakening points so that you unlock all of these really nice traits. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But I think I bombarded you guys with enough information. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome?